All right, Emmanuel.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. You're welcome to our podcast today titled Lies We Breathe and Dreams We Believe. I am Emmanuel and Kennedy. I will be your host on this podcast today, and I have with me my group members who are they will introduce yourselves.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel, for the open up the flow. My name is Ovinta Gunatilaka, and I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm studying GBS Malta. In this podcast, we are looking to speak about advertising for health harmful products such as cigarettes, alcoholic beverage, soft drinks, and ultra processed foods. All right, Anand, please.
Thank you so much giving me this opportunity. My name is Anand Yadav. I'm from India. I'm studying in GPS Malta campus in MBA in Marketing Management. And today I am playing a person two role in this podcast and what type of problems we can face about this advertisement about smoking and alcohol and what type of bad impact these advertisement put on our teenagers or youth. I will discuss about all the things in this podcast. That is all of my side.
Okay, Anand. I'm the food person. Myself, Muhammad Naishul Ahmed. I'm speak. I'm, I'm speaking regarding the how to fix this problem. Uh, let's continue and start.
All right. Thank you for the introduction. And so this topic is actually a very sensitive topic that I would like us to pay very close attention to because as exciting as it sounds, it is as much dangerous and very unaware to a lot of people how harmful some products are that we consume on a daily basis. So I would first of all start by saying this. I believe generally everyone has a choice to make and chooses their poison wisely. So the purpose of why we chose this topic is mainly to create awareness, to the youth, to the whole world as a whole, or anyone that will come across this podcast, to know the consequences and the health damages that some of these products present to us and the public.
Hi.
So, um, why we title
I
this
talk.
podcast Lies We Believe and Lies We Breathe and Dreams We Believe is because we're mainly focusing on products like cigarettes and drinks, alcoholic drinks specifically. And we're also going to be talking about ultra processed foods like sugary drinks and juices that are non natural, if I may say, concentrated drinks and carbonated drinks. So today we'll be diving into this topic and we're going to be talking about how these products are advertised and focusing on products that can actually harm our health in society today. We actually have products that are referred to as sweet poison. And why they're called sweet poison is basically because these products satisfy you short term but kill you long term. And if you allow me to shed more light on this, they are everywhere on TV. So why we need to create more awareness is because as nice and appealing and as satisfying as these products may look, they are very harmful in a long term health related matters. So I would open the floor for my colleague to present us with some of the problems we have because we need to know why harmful products are advertised so widely and attractively and need to also still ask ourselves, is it ethical? So I open the floor for my colleague to give us some of the problems and identify these problems for us. Alan?
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Nowadays, like there are so many problems about this advertisement. Like you see, like you already mentioned that and they are always advertisement all these type of things on TV, on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and all that jazz. And now teenagers, our youth are more addicted to the social media platforms. They are always seeing this type of advertisement. They are addicted to these type of things. They don't know this smoking advertisement always tell us false story. They always don't tell us real story about the smoking. They make cigarette and vape look exciting, fashionable, and harmless. When in reality, these products are cause serious health problems to our youth and other people also. And many in many advertisement, we all see attractive people having fun, laughing with friends, and living great life. To having cigarette and vapes also, and but cigarettes are and main thing, cigarettes are shown as symbol of freedom and confidence. For example, if you having cigarettes, you look cool and very professional in your life and in front of you people. But real truth is that smoking can cause lung cancer, heart diseases, and breathing problems. It also harms people nearby through secondary smoke. For example, for myself, I lived in India when some of the my community members, like my friends, are also addicted to the vapes. And on that time, I also want to try the vape things. And I'm also addicted to the vape. But mm, uh, after 1 year, I felt about my breathing. I faced some breathing problem, and that on that time I left these vape things. So that's why and most important things, I saw many influencers are advertising advertisement about this type of things like alcohol is very good and cigarette is very good, but they don't allow to our kids to addicted of to those type of things. This is my main point of view, and now I am going to another person, my Ovinta. He is clarifying all the things.
All right. Thank you, Anand. So I'm going to talk about some real world examples. So let's look at some real world examples to understand how this works. Okay, my first example is from Coca-Cola company. Everyone knows that. So their advertisements are usually full of happiness, friendship, and family moments and togetherness. So let's think about Christmas advertisements, beach parties, or friends sharing Coke. The message is emotional, but it makes people associate with the product with joy and a connection. But what's often missing from these advertisements is the discussion about health effects. Regular soft drinks contain large amount of sugar, and excessive sugar consumption has been linked to obesity, diabetes, and other health problems. Yet, when we watch the ads, we don't think about sugar or calories. We think about fun, happiness, and lifestyle. This is a powerful marketing strategy because companies understand that emotions influence buying decisions more than facts. My next example is from McDonald's. McDonald's is one of the biggest fast food brands in the world, and their marketing is especially effective with children and young people. They use bright colors, red and yellow, catchy jingles, cartoon mascots, toys in Happy Meals, and other really attractive toys and family friendly advertisements. Um, and let's talk about why do they do this? Because, because according to my opinion, because creating positive memories at a young age builds long term customer loyalty. If a child grow up loving a brand, there's a high chance they will continue buying from that brands as adults. However, many fast food meals are high in fat, salt, and with sugar. Eating these foods too often can contribute to obesity, I think, and heart disease. But again, advertisements focus on convenience, fun, taste, and enjoyment, not on the health risks. And after that, I need to talk about Heineken, very famous beer brand. Alcohol advertisements often show luxury lifestyles, confident friendship, parties, and success. So this kind of advertisement not oftenly seen from Heineken as well. We can seen this kind of advertisement from every kind of alcoholic products. So that's how they promoting their products to the people. Those ads always seems happy, attractive, luxury, and socially successful. So this creates impression that drinking alcohol is connected to confidence, popularity, or having good social life. But advertisements rarely show the negative side of alcohol consumption, such as addiction, liver disease, drunk driving accidents, mental health issues, or broken relationships. The purpose of these ads is not to educate consumers, of course. The purpose is to create an emotional image around the product that encourages people to buy it. And historically, Philip Morris International provides one of the strongest examples. Decades ago, advertisements were everywhere on televisions, billboards, magazines, and even sports sponsorships. Smoking was presented as fashionable, glamorous, and sophisticated. Some old advertisements even used doctors to promote cigarettes, making people believe smoking was safe or even healthy. At that time, the dangers of smoking were not clearly communicated to the public. Today, we know smoking causes serious diseases such as lung cancer, heart disease, and respiratory problems. But for many years, advertising successfully shaped public perception and normalized smoking culture. So, what do all these examples have in common? They don't mainly sell products; they sell emotions, they sell lifestyles, they sell identity. Company understand that people often buy based on feelings rather than logic. A soft drink becomes happiness. Fast food becomes family fun. Alcohol becomes confidence and success. Cigarettes one becomes style and freedom. And this is exactly why advertising for health harmful products is such controversial issue. Critics argue that these advertisements can influence vulnerable groups, especially children and teenagers, before they fully understand the long term consequences. At the same time, companies argue that consumers have freedom of choice and personal responsibility. They claim advertising simply promotes their brand in a competitive market. So, this raises an important question for all of us. Should companies be allowed to market harmful products using emotional and persuasive advertising techniques? Or should there be strict regulations to protect public health? That's the debate at the center of modern advertising ethics. So I open the floor to Anand again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Venkat. Like you said, great things like British having like this type of soft drinks, alcohol, and all the peoples are under the so many diseases, but they know very well we can eat fast food, we are under like face obesity problem and heart diseases, but they eat these type of things. Like soft drinks are often advertised as a fun and refreshing, but many contain large amount of they include sugars. This is very bad thing to our body. Like we are under, we can face diabetes problems to having to more sugar. Drinking like they are drinking them regularly can lead to obesity and tooth decay and any type of problems. Processed foods such as chips, instant noodles, surgery carols, and packaged snacks are designed to be tasty and convenient. However, they are often high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Eating too much of these foods can increase the risk of heart diseases and poor nutrition. Like now, everyone can see like whenever like our children like kids like they are 2 or 3 years old, if they are cry, father and mother said like you wanna to eat chips, they father and mother are also like they are made, how I can explain, like they are main thing, they are addicted to our children to that type of things. Like these advertisements frequently target young people, bright colors, cartoon characters, and celebrities and social media influencers can make these products look exciting and harmless. Like their effects on youth can be serious, like weight gain and obesity, low energy and poor concentration, tooth decay, increased risk of diabetes, unhealthy eating habits that continue into uh, adulthood, lower self-control around food and drinks, ethics and advertising means being honest. Companies should clearly explain what is in their products and avoid misleading messages. Transparency means giving consumers their facts so they can make informed choices. Now, that's all for my sides. Aman,
All right. From here, we have some counter argument with Emmanuel. Emmanuel with me. So Emmanuel going to ask some questions, and uh, from this conversation, you can learn and you can identify what are the areas we should concern about this matter. Emmanuel, Emmanuel.
Em- Emmanuel, we can't hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that introduction and that contribution. So, I would want to first of all say that this topic is a very two-way topic. It is not a one-sided conversation. It is not also a one-sided argument, meaning that it is not black or white. Why do I say that? It's because certain people bear the opinion that everyone is solely responsible for their decisions. Like the saying that goes, everyone that has their opinion, everybody also has um, responsibility in their decision making. So why do we say this? Because there are factors that have contributed to the health issues regarding this topic and the products that we're discussing about, like the cigarettes and the ultra processed food. But there are also still factors that have shown that these products are actually giving a high rate of interest and satisfaction to their consumers. So that puts us in a position where we have to look at it as a two-way argument, if I may say. So where does that leave us? That leaves us in a place where I need to ask, are people really fully responsible for decision making if they are not aware of the long term health consequences? Another thing is, people still actively select a way and manner which they live their lives and are fully responsible for that. So
Exactly.
this leaves
Yes,
us
Emmanuel.
saying,
Yes, Emmanuel. Exactly.
exactly how do people feel or how do people have free will when nobody is forced to drink soda or smoke? So who do we leave these responsibilities to? Do we leave it to the people or do we leave it to the government that decides the regulations? Because these companies are operating legally and are not breaching any form of contracts or government regulation policy. So Vincent, what do you think about that? Please give your contribution to that.
All right. So maybe the responsibility is shared between companies and consumers. Is that Emmanuel?
Yes, exactly.
All right. All right. So let's talk about solutions. I think that.
Yes, bro.
All
I'm
right.
here. So how do we fix this problem? There are a few important solutions: government regulations, health warnings, corporate social responsibilities, and consumer awareness. And first, government regulations. Many countries has already banned the cigarettes and advertising the alcoholic productions. Even though banning the cigarettes and alcohol, the people is addicted. I don't know how, but we have to stop them. And the second one is the health warnings. It has clearly mentioned that in alcohol and cigarettes that it is harmful. It is mentioned has clearly dangerous logos, clear labels. Even though peoples are using those things. The third is corporate social responsibility. Companies can choose to market responsibility and promote healthier options. For examples like how organizations like World Health Organizations advertising rules to protect public health. So the finally is a consumer awareness. The more people understand marketing tactics, the less they are influenced by them. So we have to be uh, do not addict with cigarettes and alcohol. Be safe uh, and take care of our health. And next, the conclusion.
Emmanuel, are you there?
Emmanuel, you're on a mute.
Okay,
All right.
thank you for that. Thank you for that contribution. That was very insightful, very, very insightful, actually. So, as we gradually come to the end of this podcast, we have to drop the conclusion. And I would first of all start by saying advertising harmful products that can affect health in long term raises serious ethical concerns because it influences behaviors and hides the risk, meaning it influences the behavior in the sense that it gives the customer the satisfaction that they feel they need at the time, but doesn't advertise what that satisfaction at that time kills in the long term, which is the long term health risk we're talking about. So companies solely aim to make profits and increase their brand awareness. So this is also relating to what my colleague was saying earlier about advertisements and the way these companies make the adverts look so very insightful and so very interesting to the viewers. That gives them a satisfaction of the product already before the product is even purchased by them. So that is what companies do. The engagement that they have is what matters to them. They also have a responsibility to the society, which we believe is highly ignored. So there are factors that have contributed to this that makes us say that the government also just cares about their taxes. Because, like I said earlier, these companies are operating exactly with the procedure they should operate with in government regulations and policies. So that is to say, they cannot be sued and you cannot have them in defamation or breach of government policies. So also at the same time, consumers need to be aware and see it as a responsibility to educate themselves on products and services that may affect long-term health issues. Because if you think critically about securing your long-term health rather than a short life by consuming these products, that really affect your health in the long term. Because, like they say, health is wealth. I believe the consumer has a role to play, and the government has a role to play, and the companies also still have a role to play. So, what this tells us is just the truth. Meaning, I don't even know what this product is going to lead to, but I need to have an insight of what this product is going to give me in a long term. Is it going to harm me long term? That is what every consumer should be solely aware of in the society we are in today, because all these products are advertised vastly on sport channels, you have them on the news, you have them in magazines, you have them in the daily newspaper. So they're in your face, if you permit me to say. It's hard for you to not see these products that harm you. And people are purchasing these products every day with the mindset that I need this is for me. And that's why some of these products, like cigarettes, are referred to as population reduction tools because there have been statistics that have been proven that these products actually in the long term reduces population, meaning it causes harm and health issues that eventually um, take lives, if I may say. So why be on the ignorant side? Why not be part of the people that know that I am consuming a product that is really good for me and is not going to harm me in the long term? Is it telling you the truth, or is it just selling you a feeling that you don't even know where it's going to lead to? I would just want to widely advertise this podcast because this is a podcast that is creating awareness of long term health issues, which is a very, very important topic today. On that note, I would like to end this podcast by saying thank you for taking time to listen to this podcast. It has been a very amazing time with very insightful information that who knows tomorrow might be something that saves a life somewhere. So thank you. I remain your host on this podcast, Emmanuel Kennedy, and I would like to, on behalf of my group members, say thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you, bro.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Emmanuel. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you,